Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kahakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, great millstone who rule well and taught me his truth. Peace, blessings, salutations, mercies to the elect and the one-third remnant out there listening and doing this work with all faith and sincerity. And I'm just coming back at you with another quick video, Lord willing. It's edifying. And it's going to be centered around an encounter I had with some social media Israelites on Instagram. And basically, dude, you know, he out of nowhere, this guy, I don't know how I end up following him, but nonetheless, I did, and he just started posting, this winded or this wayward doctrine based off of, or basically going into Ruth being an Israelite, you know, and that's completely off, you know, and that's not true, and all of it's based off of, really it's centered around preeminence, man. Somebody, a nigga wanting to, be looked at as deep, you know, a nigga that wants some attention pretty much, man. Because it don't even, there's no scriptures to support that. Anytime Ruth's name is pretty much mentioned, when you read the account of Ruth in the book of Ruth, the word the Moabitess was right next to it. Ruth was simply a heathen handmaid who Boaz took as a wife and bear children with. It's as simple as that, man. But something that simple bugs out you niggas, you know, because really it wasn't given to you, you know. And plus, and another thing, we, we're in, there's so many crises, so many things going on right now, so many prophecies that you could be going into right now. But that's what the fuck you want to, look into the Strong's Concordance on, man. Because he said, if you go into the Strongs, our people were mingled amongst Moab, so she was a Moab. Why the fuck is it important anyway? How does that pertain to prophecy? It's not. It's it's silly, and you silly niggas is gonna be taken out, man. This is Matthew 23:24. Ye blind guides, which strain at a gnat and swallow a camel. That's what the fuck you niggas do. Because let somebody ask you about the MOTB, man. You niggas get quiet and shit. You start mumbling shit. It's it's embargo. It's white women. You know, it's all this bullshit. You unsure now. It's philosophy. Now it's Cesare Borgia. But then we tell you to go into the blue letter and go into the strong, go into those words right there. But niggas get ghosts real quick. Niggas want a precept with that. you know, you want a precept to back that up. But Ruth, that's the only fucking thing. That's the only thing you can point to. And it's plenty of accounts. It's accounts in Ruth where Ruth clearly said, she admitted that she wasn't part of the stock of Israel, man. But you niggas are just so, you're so bugged out. The Lord really, the Lord blinded you, man. This is Second Thessalonians 2 and 11. And for this cause, the Most High shall send them strong delusion that they shall believe a lie. See? And that's what, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, especially you niggas that know the truth, man. You know, you got all these wayward ass doctrines, man. You know, just like the nigga that came up to the camp this past week. Talk Deuteronomy 26 and 15. Go into it. Edify me. Proud and shit, man. Proud ass niggas, man, who don't know who don't really understand what this truth is about, man. Not speaking like I'm, the most high and mighty, because I barely even understand, man. But I understand more than I know it's serious. I know my life is on the line. I know we got to walk a tightrope, and we got to be real careful with what we say, because if you don't, you better remember how about Shemel Ashai is taking account for every idle word that you say, man. Every word that you say. So you got to keep that in mind before you go out and say some dumbass shit that you can't back up, man. That they all might be damned who believed not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. See, and that's what they do, man. Really, they don't believe the truth. They just want to build a name for themselves. They like the fact that they get likes and shit. So that's what they center themselves around, man. Inwardly, that's what they desire. Because if it was something different, then it would show. Really, they don't care, because I basically tried to explain to the dude, like, bro, this isn't, this, it's as simple as it is. You trying to go too deep into something as simple as it is, and the guy just wasn't hearing it. He wanted to scoff and mock, talk shit, just like niggas do. I'm not surprised. This is Proverbs 18 and 2. A fool hath no delight in understanding, but that his heart may discover itself. So that's all the fucking fool cares about, man. And that's what a lot of you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are, man. You're some goddamn foolish niggas. Sottish children, hard-headed bastards, man. Who take after your father, the devil, man. Who is the so-called white man, self-proclaimed white man. This is 2 Timothy 2, or 2 Timothy 4 and 3. For the time will come where they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lusts, heap unto themselves teachers having itching ears. See? And that's what these guys, this scripture's for them, man. They fulfill this scripture. All right? After their own lust, doing what the fuck they want to do, trying to be too deep, they just want, some clout at the end of the day. 15 seconds of fame, and as time progressed, what they doctrine's gonna get more and more bugged out. It's gonna be something else that they gonna say. And if I'm not mistaken, when I was looking on the page, it looked like these guys listen to IUSPK. And we know how bugged out they is, man. Coming up under your hunter, that nigga, something else, man. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned unto fables. And that's what niggas do, man. GMO niggas do this, man. They don't really want to hear you. They just want to hear themselves talk, And this is, and real quick, this is just to, because, this scripture pretty much explains the whole book of Ruth, because when Ruth says she wants to serve our power and what she meant, You know, ultimately she did, you know, or serve, you know, Yahweh Bashim Shai through Boaz, man. You know, she bare his seed, you know, and she was a wife to him. All right, so she played her role, something that a lot of you Israelite women don't do, you know, and you know that's all it is, man. You trying to cater to some end up, you know, because he's a simple bird brain nigga. This is Deuteronomy 21:11. And when thou and seest Deuteronomy 21:10, when thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and Yahweh Bashim thy power hath delivered them into thine hands, and thou hast taken them captive. Now, when you go to war with your enemies, it's not talking about, this isn't talking about with each other, man. These are talking about heathen nations. Okay. A, B, C, D. Okay. And C is among the captives a beautiful woman. When you see a woman that's attractive, who's not of the stock of Israel, because you wouldn't be going to war, you know, with you know, your own people usually. You know, it was an account. It was a time where we did go to war with each other, but you know, ultimately, you know, the Northern Kingdom was captured. You know, and that was that. All right, and has a desire unto her that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. Then, and these guys, they clearly don't believe that, you know, that you can deal with a heathen woman. You know, and as Apostle Tahar says, man, if you don't want to deal with heathen women, then don't. More for me. You know, then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails, and that represents her. You know, she's putting on a new life, man. She's forgetting that old way of living. Okay, she's not gonna practice the same things. She's not gonna be the same woman. She's gonna act like the Israelite woman. She's gonna be like the Israelite woman. All right, she's not an Israelite woman. Of course, she's a heathen. She's a concubine. But still, she's not gonna be serving. If she has an Israelite husband, she's not gonna be serving other guys, man. All right. That's what happened with King Solomon. That's how King Solomon went off, man. All right. Verse 13, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her. Hold on, let's go into this word raiment. All right. Let's see. Man, it might not even let me go into it. All right. Well, when you go into this word raiment, okay, right here in Deuteronomy 21:13, that word goes back to idols. You know, so her gods, her idols, her traditions, her ways, man. She has to put those off. Even her dress, the way she dressed, you know. You ain't gonna be speaking to this woman in you know, her native tongue, you know, her whole life, man. Nah, she gonna learn your tongue, you know. It's that simple. And shall remain in thine house and bewail her father and her mother a full month, and after that thou shalt go in unto her and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. See? All right. A, B, C, D. Ruth was an example of that, of this, you know, instance, man. All right. It's not that hard to understand, man. Yahweh Shema Shai is going to destroy you hard-headed niggas, all right, that just want to be right and want attention. And with that, we give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashim Al Shabbat Shem Kakudash Wa Abba Babal and DTA.